For 26 years, the museum has been fortunate to receive amazing donations from destroyer escort veterans and their families. Today, I want to share with you all a couple of these artifacts that help tell the contributions of DEs in the larger scope of World War II. In 2006, retired Lieutenant J.G. James R. Hood, USS Daniel M. Cummings, DE-413, donated an extremely unique piece of history, a 1.1-inch casing that helped shoot down a would-be kamikaze at Okinawa on the 20th of May, 1945. Lieutenant Hood pocketed the casing as a keepsake. At some point after the war, he met Paul Tibbets, the pilot of the Enola Gay, which dropped the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima. On that morning, a Kawasaki Ki-45 Nick was spotted on radar at 10 miles. When the plane was 6 miles out, it was lost. Approximately 20 seconds later, it was spotted by eye coming out of the clouds at a range of 1,500 yards, traveling at approximately 200 knots at an altitude of 700 feet. After 5 seconds of tracking, 4 of the Cummings 20mm opened up, as well as her lone 1.1-inch. The plane was now 900 yards astern and dropping in altitude. 20 seconds later, it was over. 138 rounds of 20mm and 60 rounds of 1.1-inch were expended, and the Nick was splashed 300 yards astern of the ship, whence after assembly and the midsection of the fuselage burst into flames as it turned towards the Cummings. It's thought the plane was initially targeting USS Picana, ATF-108, an ocean tugboat, but then turned towards the Cummings for a kamikaze attack. No damage was sustained by the Cummings, and it's believed the 1.1-inch did the bulk of the damage. Of the 60 rounds fired, only 1 round proved to be faulty. In this drawing of the attack, we see that all of these ships were at anchor. USS Vanman DE-644 was 300 yards north of the Cummings. USS Loy APD-56 and LCI-1089 were anchored southeast. LCS-119 and the Picana were southwest. The next artifact once belonged to the most famous destroyer escort, USS Samuel B. Roberts, DE-413, the destroyer escort that fought like a battleship. These rusted keys at one time unlocked the Carpenter shop aboard the Sammy B. On the morning of 25 October 1944, the ships of Taffy 3 woke up to find themselves face to face with the main Japanese battle fleet. Taffy 3, consisting of small escort carriers, destroyers, and destroyer escorts, quickly realized they were heavily outgunned. To save the valuable carriers, all planes were launched to harass the Japanese armada as the carriers turned and ran. But these valuable carriers were slower than the Japanese ships, and it would have only been a matter of time until their ticket was punched. To buy them extra time, the Fletcher-class destroyers and John C. Butler-class destroyer escorts began laying down a smokescreen. The destroyers were ordered to make a torpedo run and distract the enemy ships. The destroyer escorts would wait and make their own attack shortly after. On the Samuel B. Roberts, Lieutenant Commander Copeland realized he wouldn't have as good an opportunity to make a torpedo run if he waited. So he ordered his little boy to join the big boys. In the ensuing battle, the destroyers USS Johnston, DD-557, and USS Hull, DD-533, were lost, as was the destroyer escort Samuel B. Roberts. But through the heroic efforts of these 3 ships, as well as their fellow ships and pilots of Taffy 3, 4 of the 6 carriers were able to make it to safety. Unfortunately, USS Gambier Bay, CVE 73, and USS St. Lo, CVE 63, were lost. This set of keys were clipped to the belt loop of George Bray, Seaman Second Class, when he was forced to abandon the SAMUEL B. 2 days later, he and 1,200 survivors were rescued from the shark-infested waters. The wrecks of Johnston and Samuel B. Roberts were discovered in 2021 and 2022, respectively. Their amazingly well-preserved remains sit on the ocean floor over 4 miles deep, with their guns still trained at their final targets. I hope you enjoyed this glance into the museum's collection. If you would like to see more videos like this, please let us know in the comments section. These artifacts are only seen by a small number of people each year and deserve to have their stories told. Until next time, take care.